the short range composition, tries to get on top of it.
Alright, I was wondering whether it was going to happen. How many champions do you need to ban before you bring out the 100% win rate Singe from Lehens? And it turns out that you just need to... This is exactly what we wanted out of game one. Let's jump onto the rift. All right, and the Daejeon Convention Center erupts with the whiting chants as there's a cute little ward towards the bottom lane that we are checking out. Thank you very much, Jonah Strong.
Once you get to the point where there's enough damage for BDD, I can't make a point,
dear,
they're in!
Yeah, Owner is going to twist it, advance forward. BDD's going to flash away. Sapling is down, but it shouldn't find him. Faker's already flashed over, shifts the sands. BDD tries to slow him down, but it does not work. Arise, Sand Soldier, and there is first blood.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the VIP treatment waiting for this to start, or I was. Now it started, I'm not waiting anymore, and we're back in the game.
How the early game went, we did see a big lead as a possible dive might be set up here.
Yeah, there's a killer instinct onto Gumayusi, who has ulted already. Lehens looking to find his way down there. There's the adhesive. The passive comes down, though, and that's almost just a solo kill. Walks onto the slowy ground, and that's why.
There is definitely the right call, but could have been avoided, and we're starting to see KT ramp up the pressure.
Well, Kenny Paul's coming in as Cuz looking for Faker, doesn't quite find the Q. Stun lands though from BDD, and surely one of these CCs is going to work. No!
Actually getting on top of the enemy backline outside of the Maokai ult can be hard, and this choke point, I don't think you can move through.
Yeah. You can see Keen already teleporting in. Here's the Nature's Grasp, though, is now Keen looking for an opportunity, finds a Q onto Owner, and then dashes away. That's a big old ulti as Lehens. He's in there and then out of there. Faker taking a fair bit of damage. Keen, though, is getting very low. Two-man Q comes through from Keen, but now he's still just on the run, and Gumayusi is free hitting. There's a flash forward as BDD is just collapsed on, and Gumayusi picks up the kill on the Xerath. KT not really coming out ahead on that one, although Lehens did manage to secure the eye still. Cuz getting engaged on, and Faker going to be tanking that turret for a little bit longer than he otherwise wanted to. Still, big win for T1.
With the Xerath, with the Zeri, or with the Kai'Sa W's, but Zeus on a flank here.
Yeah, is going to be on vision when he does umbrally dash over that wall. Arctic Assault gets Cuz to relative safety, but it means they're not able to get themselves the Drake. That is a decent ult, but it's going to be avoided by Faker, and the Infernal Chains pull back the Sejuani. And Zeus going to grab that kill now. KT might be forced to fight BDD in a decent position right now, but T1, they just hold the Phalanx together and they're going to be able to walk away with that kill. They grab the Drake as well. They don't lose their turret. Everything working out here.
Yeah, the fact that they're able to save the turret in itself is incredible. And once again, Faker almost gets the Shuffle Emperor's Divide and is caught by BDD's stun. As,
Another time, another chain, and another kill for Zeus. 2-0-1 now on this Aatrox.
The next big...
Oh, I like this.
Wait, oh boy.
Aiming level 12.
Trying to find the opportunity as they do go all out towards that bottom side of the map. Great Q is going to connect, and that is the kill. Now a teleport from Faker, who's going to get slowed down. Does shift the sands, though, and is going to stay alive. They get a teleport.
Oh, could happen again.
And he presses W a few times. There's a flash from Keen. Emperor's Divide comes down as there's the flash over from aiming. Couple of autos, and both solos are now dead for T1.
Sure.
Well, it is going to be the Drake that's going to be started here as Aiming and Cuz just dive into the pit, immediately teleport from KT. They are committing to this one. And T1 are a long way away from this. Kerry is going to turn up, but he's not exactly all that tanky. Owner trying to speed his way in there with that Shirelli as it is going to be the Baron secured. Can KT escape? Is the question. Nature is grasping, and Gumayushi's going to press the ult button. There's the cleanse as well. It's beautiful, and BDD's going to be taken down. The Singe also dead as Keen's just trying to keep him busy. It's a double now, and Gumayushi's just trying to keep them here. It does not work out. KT do make a couple of these Barons survive, but I'd say that that punishment is pretty apt there for T1. They hold on to their advantage.
In power here to speak of, as Zeus is actually a real threat. Here comes that ult.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp does come through here as Keen trying to mitigate that CC. Does a decent job, but still has to flash. That's BDD. Locked down, and the rest of KT just scattering. Cuz nothing he can do about it, and it's another kill for Gumayusi. And how much can they take off the back of this one? They just wait for 1 second after that Baron wears off, and now they are inside KT's base, just tearing things apart.
T1, looking very good in this find here. Not a whole lot of information, not any ability to get BDD into position here. See if T1 gets Zeus on this flank.
Well, Lehen's possibly caught out. There's the Emperor's Divide. Lehen's is going to flash, aiming as well, having to flash to get out of the way. Down to his GA now as Gumayusi is causing BDD to have to get out of here. The stun's not going to work. The cleanse is beautiful. Owner locks down one. And T1, they don't even need a Baron to win this game, I don't think. They're just going to push this top lane, and it's only Cuz and Keen to try and defend.
Straight up a wash here for KT in this last attempt. It's too many threats, as you mentioned, Chronicler, and Guma just winning this one as aiming takes so much damage early, even with his GA. There's just no chance, and a very one-sided game here to start off the series.
It's not what we were expecting out of game one. Of course, T1 fans absolutely elated. T1, of course, have been phenomenal on the blue side, but also getting a great start in this series. Last time they lost game one. This time, they're celebrating on the enemy nexus at the end of game one. Look at these extendo beams from Gumayusi, having a day out on the Zeri here in this one. They take down the remaining turret. Yeah, Carrier is going to suffer a death. It's his first one for the series, though. We'll give it to him. And T1, Gumayusi not going to be shut out of this draft nearly as much as last time, and here is his prized Xayah towards that bottom side of the map. So much comfort still here for T1. They don't have a Maokai, but everything else looks pretty T1 to me.
Yeah, and I really like
to stop him, and I mean, they're going to look for a dive here.
Well, we'll see whether Lehens can stay alive as the polymorph does come through. That's first blood going to Gumayusi, and Carrier going to be able to get out of there. He was tanking the turret.
Thing here, Zeus losing his flash, quite significant. As aiming's farming this out, looking for an engage.
Another knock-up going to come forward is now Cuz. Let's see where he comes from. There he goes, finds the cleanse from Gumayusi. The Heartbreaker going to come forward as well. Blade Caller is really good from Gumayusi, though, as now they're going to get underneath that turret, and he will be just fine.
Flash, but no ult, as you say.
He's going to turn up now. Zeus, World Ender has been popped. Let's see whether he can land the chains. There's the flash forward. Flash comes out as Keen is going to slice, but there's the Glacial Prison, and he's put in the ground. That's the second one for T1.
Fantastic start in game one, and now in game two, a huge lead as well. BDD got his stun prepped.
Oh yeah, Faker could be in trouble here. Does have flash available. There's the Emperor's Divide once again. The Q's in the air, but it's not enough. Lehens is chasing after Faker, and he's now running the wrong direction. So he's just going to try and waste as much time as possible.
He might get the execute.
Yeah, can he actually get there? Having a good time. His owner getting pushed away, but does find a Glacial Prison, and now Lehens just in CC hell. Not entirely sure what he was doing, standing that far up though. Going to be spawning in 40 seconds time, and so now T1 with so much extra control of that bottom side. His owner moving towards this top lane. Keen trying to just start the fight, but Carrier's even here. I have a feeling this Crocodile is a handbag, and he's going to die on his own terms by the looks of things. Zeus going to be able to collect.
Keen's late to the play here as well, has no teleport. Walking over now. Zeus just getting plate gold topside, has teleport.
Yeah, he can get over whenever he would like. Of course, Keen doesn't have the luxury as there's a Glacial Prison. Lehens just soaking it up. Cuz down relatively low. They should be able to get this Drake, but can they actually get themselves out of here is the question. Cuz will secure it, slinks into the mist. And T1 just say, well, I mean, we're happy to just take a whole bunch more plate gold. BDD's going to teleport towards that top lane as the Mountain Rift does come in. Emperor's Divide is going to discover aiming. Who's going to ult and die? Carrier locks down the kill, and Faker just seems to be picking whoever he wants on this map and choosing them for death.
It is a pretty insane advantage T1 have right now as the plates do fall here. They're looking to push mid.
Well, BDD making a little bit of a roam over, and Owner is still very tanky. I don't know whether he's necessarily going to be a target. That was a KT win, but it looks like T1 are just going to back away, allow Zeus to do his thing as there's a flash. The Tibbers is going to connect onto Carrier, and they lock him down. Emperor's Divide not going to do too much here, but the Rift Herald somehow was secured by T1. And now Faker, bone plating going to be going down. Tibbers continuing to walk forward, and T1 do get themselves.
So he's not going to be able to engage from as far away, as this is just a great position here for T1 Zeus on the flank.
Yeah, aiming, clearing out that control ward from max range. Let's see whether they can steal this away. It's not going to be allowed to, but now Zeus is going to get caught on that flank. Can they take him down? Yes, they can. They trade it for the Drake, though, so I don't know about the play here, because I think T1 kind of happy to deny Soul Point and just give up one kill.
Now, BDD is going to tell that objective, but Faker here is one of those pick targets.
Yeah, it does have his crown, and they're going to look to try and stop him. They do deny the shifting sands at the beginning, but then he just gets himself out. Another glacial prison comes in. Aiming's going to be interrupted by Ona. Absolutely beautiful play. Now Carrier taking some damage, but the Featherstorm's going to save Gumayusi. Lehens has to go golden, and he's not going to be able to get himself out of it. Kane is going to be the first to go down in the fight, and T1 are just juggling the aggro gorgeously. Ko's going to be the next victim here as T1 are looking for match point. They are looking for no mercy, and they want to head towards the final.
Faker, he lives! He lives in more ways than one. He does not go down in this fight, but he is back here on the Rift. He has been targeted so many times. We talked about how difficult it is to lock down. This is here with the crown in this situation.
That just look really, really strong.
It's 9 games of his year for Faker this playoffs. 9.
Yeah, a little bit of a stun there onto Gumayusi, and now he's just going to turn it. Looks for Keen. Dominus comes through. Decent quickness there as he does get the knock-up onto Gumayusi, and he is taken down. Now aiming is at full health, and Zeus does find a knock-up on him, but now Koz dives forward. Can Zeus find the kill? The answer is yes onto Lehens. Now down to his GA though, as now Zeus is looking for aiming. The dash does come, but he's so squishy. Could really be a target. There's the flash forward, gets the stun onto Zeus, but he is going to get out of it relatively comfortably, and now T1 are looking to break open the base. This is going to be their trade as Zeus just absorbs all the pressure, and KT, I mean, what's happening? What are we going to do? Are we going to try and defend? Are we going to try and rush Baron? Like, what are we doing? Owner is still here, and so it's possibly a 50-50 anyway, and KT just caught with their pants down. T1, that's a free and hip.
They're just out-macroing them so hard here, and T1, they have Zeus in this top side. He's so difficult to lock down.
T1 will start off the Baron. Where is BDD is the question. He heads towards the top side, but like you say, they know it. T1 immediately pull the trigger. This time, though, the Emperor's Divide doesn't find it. Is it going to matter? That's the question. As Gumayusi is going to lock down so many aiming. I don't think he can do it by himself. 3 kills already go down. Every carry on T1 is massive, and Zeus will get the last one against this Zeri. And yeah, BDD survives, but there's nothing he can really do about what's happening to his base.
And with this, T1 about to go up 2-0 here. The expectations kind of going to get thrown on its head in this one.
It absolutely is. T1 just demolish KT in back-to-back games. Blue side, red side, doesn't seem to matter. This squad is just taking names, and this is looking like a very different
AP threat.
Oh, he's cooking. It's going to be the Cassiopeia this time around. Some of Faker's best plays have been on and against Cassiopeias. If you remember a certain Riven game that many highlights have been.
Now they're going to contest this dragon.
Yeah, Gumayusi a little bit pushed away from the rest of his team. That is going to be the Drake secured. There's a flash forward from Lehens. Faker possibly in trouble as well as he's going to flash. Rocket jump going to be utilized here as the Conqueror is going to proc Cuz. Can you find the stun? The Petrifying Gaze is just fantastic, but the follow-up isn't quite there. Aiming, going to dash on forward. It could be dangerous though because the blender is set up for Gumayusi. BDD dives on top of it, but he's got red, white, and you should not fight KT. Eventually he does go down, and now it's Aiming's turn to be the Gatling gun. Carrier is a monster, but I don't know whether he can win this fight, and that's a triple. We certifying it.
I think we'll certify that one. I think we're putting the stamp.
Value of a champion with base damages that are pretty good in that fight as we have a bit of a battle here. Faker taking a lot of damage. Rocket jump comes over. Owner finds an isolated BDD, but the Cassiopeia goes down once again. BDD doesn't get stunned, and so Owner is not able to finish him off. And Cousin BDD working out this early game quite nicely. Carrier not here towards this bottom side, as I think the race should be won. Yeah, Tristana going to collect that first turret blood as Gumayusi takes a bit of damage, but they are still going to be able to equalize that turret count for now as a potential engage as Lehens goes in, but goes out immediately.
That was well played from Owner. Just knows he has the damage to take half of that Rakan's health bar essentially just at the press of a button, and that's going to be the end of that. But Wave's getting deleted in mid at the same time.
Yeah, some speed ups coming through here. Another teleport to come down as Tristana's turning up. This Buster Shot could be deadly as Carrier wants to get underneath the turret, but he's not going to be able to. BDD just explodes him, and Aiming is going to solo kill Gumayusi, who is on relatively...
Cassiopeia or an Aatrox that somehow gets a big play as Faker.
He's going to get jumped on here by BDD, the explosive charge. is starting to stack up. And now Faker doesn't really have a tower to go back to. You can see KT spacing, trying not to give him that petrifying gaze angle. He may find it there as BDD just sidesteps. That was gorgeous. I thought he was actually facing him, but no. Split second, and now Kerry is going to turn up to die. Aiming was here alongside Lahens.
And there's
that
no
is
cross map. There's no cross map here for T1.
That's nice.
I think it's really important to give credit to the
GP,
bid.
are they going to contest?
Well, Faker going to be moving in here once again. BDD presses his W on top of the snake. As Kane just trying to play bouncer. Yeah, Gumayusi might have an angle, but he's just going to get flashed on. Flashes away after the cleanse there as well. Decent interrupt from Kane. As just explodes. The lethality Aatrox not working in this game quite as well as the last. And Faker by himself going to get skated on by aiming. And it's a double for the Zeri. 7-0-3 now.
Here on T1 is even nearby. They just get it.
They have a blue trinket?
Well, I don't... Yes, they are going to be able to use one, as now Owner, can he just dive in and steal it? The answer is yes, he can dive in. Can he actually steal it? As no, he's not going to be able to. They take down the Bug, they take down the Baron, and KT
is about to be collapsed on and in deep trouble again.
Okay, who wins this fight? As he is going to go invisible, aiming, looking for some burst fires, does manage to find him, jumps on top of the Bug, and the burst fire not going to be outplayed this time. Aiming grabs the kill onto the...
Looking a lot better, third inhibitor going down. There's almost no coming back from that one.
Yeah, this is getting real dangerous. And I think KT probably more content on dotting the I's and crossing the T's, making sure this one works out. There's no isolation for BDD as Lahens is going to turn up. Decent little knock up there as the Infernal Chains will be broken. Keen just keeping Gumayusi busy where he can. T1 not going to take this lying down, right? They are going to make KT work for it. But with 3 inhibitors down, it is so difficult to hold them off.
In 15, and it's just so tough.
All right. Possible angle, but no, Cuz is so tanky. There's a Flash Magnet Storm as the dive in from Lahens is fantastic. Charms them all up. The 2-man Q from Keen as well as they lock down the Aphelios. He's the key target. BDD creating chaos as well. And both of the damage dealers will be taken out outside of Faker, who is going to have to ult and flash away from this one. And now Nexus turrets will be torn apart. And maybe we've got a series on our hands as KT will come alive and take game number 3 to deny the 3-0 sweep from T1.
Some good draft adaptation is all they need.
Not gonna ever be able to hard win. And
Okay! Alright, Keen!
I respond in kind with the R5 Rise Top.
Rise Top. It has been a while since we've seen this, played this before, and it's one of the, obviously, into the Gragas. The Gragas was fantastic because, as you mentioned, it's great into the Jax.
The game has played out is try to get prior through mid and get your bot lane ahead. And that has been a really big factor as it lands. Not going to be very... Well, that's... Thank you. That's...
Yeah, he's going to have to flash. BDD is going to come down, and T1, they're going to say thank you very much for all of that damage that we're allowed to put down.
Early lane gone.
Oh, and... Okay, so they don't kill him just yet.
I mean, this is really bad.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really overstate how bad this is.
And of course, these junglers have been fighting this whole time. BDD does have level 6, and he's moving down towards the bottom side. Is there an avenue to get in? Is now Carrier possibly out of position? There's the crash down, but Gumayusi's gonna hold it. It's massive! First blood goes to BDD, but it's answered immediately as the Zeri picks up a kill, and Lahens is doing his best to run away. It's not gonna quite work out, and now Gumayusi is fighting the Ahri. He flashes forward and now aiming, looks for a feather storm and shuts him down!
Oh, the KT side. Pressure elsewhere into a top side play on the Herald is better. Cuz coming around.
Yeah, Gumayusi gonna ult here as Lahens almost just dies straight up from that one. Magnet Storm comes in as Cuz still wanting to press this one forward. BDD's making his way down, but there's the Keeper's verdict. Owner says nope. And now Aiming's gonna have to run. He doesn't have flash, he doesn't have cleanse, and the lightning is just zapping them up. Still not quite enough damage, but they'll grab probably a turret off this.
Cuz smoked the minion there to make sure that he could...
Constantly keeping one hand in this pit, essentially. Now, finally started up here by KT. Both mid laners have teleport.
Yeah, control it's sort of all over the places. There's the flash forward from Lehens. He tries to find the quickness but doesn't get there. Keeper's verdict goes wide as now Keen is sprinting away from Carrier and Gumayusi, and Zeus is looking to start up Shelly now. It's a wild goose chase for Ona as he's now looking to turn it. Cuz is going to intelligently not go into the Realm Warp as the Magnus Storm comes down. So they trade maybe their jungler for a Herald, but this one's going down very, very slowly. And there's the last auto. So Aiming's going to lock down that kill onto the Poppy. And now they look to burst down the Rift Herald. And T1 will be able to get it. So it's an unorthodox way of locking it down.
But he's going to be behind on this play. I think T1 really have this on lock, essentially. Keen actually going to show up for this fight, though. He's ready.
Yeah, Faker looking for a pop blossom angle as there's the Keeper's verdict. It does go wide. There's the 3-man, though, and Faker takes matters into his own hands. Lehens immediately taken down. Zeus, he's a bit late for the fight because T1 have already won. The Blade Caller is decent, but it's not quite going to be enough as Cuz's life may be safe, and no, the barrel comes down and demolishes them. Keen doing the best he can, BDD as well, trying to save it. Orbit Deception not quite there. He's got another one. The Charm is going to land. T1's health bars are so low, but still no kill for KT.
I think it's
very fun and interactive gameplay.
No, that doesn't sound very enjoyable at all. I do love Cloud Souls, though, as now Keen is flashing on top of Faker. Gumayusi turns up, though, and KT are going to realize that they ain't winning this one. And Ona, he's here as well. Doesn't quite have the ultimate as another Pop Blossom is going to land onto two. Keen's underneath the turret. It's a decent Magnus Storm, though, as Faker was tanking for too long. And KT are looking to now turn it. The quickness is glorious from Lehens. And now BDD finds everyone with the Everfrost. The cleanup should be pretty comfy. And Aiming just asks everyone, what did he miss? And he missed KT finding their way back into this game.
There we go.
And now we're starting it up. So 22.5 minutes. I think we count that. Everyone here in the pit, KT, know exactly what's going on. And now Keen, he's going back to base. Looking to teleport in here and try and find an angle. There he is. And now Lehens just going to get caught out. He just will be obliterated. And that is now a 4v5 that KT have to fight.
I think Faker there sent out his clone, made Lehens believe it, or rather sent out himself, kept the clone with his team, and caught Lehens completely off guard with the root.
And now it's really hard to win this against really fantastic turn here. Faker ready with flash ult.
Yeah, let's see whether Cuz can find a miracle here as Body Slam is going to go wide. BDD also trying to be tricky, and there's the teleport in from the top side of the map as Faker is going to launch his way forward as the Zeri. Aiming going to get caught out of position, but Faker immediately goes golden. He's distracting them so that his team can take the Baron, but he's still going to get flashed on. The Baron does go over, and now Cuz trying to keep everyone busy. It's a decent knockback. Owner in trouble, but Keen as well is very low. He goes golden as well, but he's in amongst 4 people. Gumayusi now going to dash forward as Lehens is back in the fight, and somehow all of KT remain alive, but T1, 4 of them have a Baron.
Fight starts, or if he's picked for any reason.
Well, there's the Keeper's verdict. Unfortunately, that Rise not going to be there to help him out, as now Owner is tanking this one up for a moment as Faker gets under the turret. He finds Aiming. He's going to Featherstorm the cast, though, and now Faker once again has to go golden. Magnus Storm's decent, but Owner is not their target, and now Lehens, he feels like it's time. Still, Gumayusi is free hitting, and Zeus goes golden. Great Charm is going to catch onto the Zeri, but it's not really going to mean that much, so just a pick off.
Dragon here.
KT huge. Set up around it as Keen dealing with this control ward. Faker being frustrating here as he pretends to be his teammates. That Pop Blossom at the ready, Flash at the ready. If KT are grouped up, it is very, very dangerous. BDD looking for a potential flank angle that makes his way back towards the rest of the team. I don't know whether you necessarily want to die for this one, as that is the Pop Blossom as Faker dives in. Keen gets a huge shield from his Seraphs, though, as Aiming once again. Featherstorm, Cuz, who was knocked away, has now come back, and he'll dive in and take Soul Point. They'll also take the team fight as the Magnus Storm is just massive. They'll sacrifice Lehens, but I think they're okay with it, as Guma's trying to be a massive Zeri, and he's going to succeed. The Orbit Deception doesn't work, but Cuz is going to be there, and now Carrier will not survive. KT, they almost moving up towards this pit right now. Lehens looking for those flanks. Does find that Faker is here. Blooming Burst doing a fair bit of work, as now Keen looking for that flank angle. Huge knock up on Gumayusi, who goes straight up to the sky, and Keeper's verdict this time is going to connect onto him. Oh, the charm is incredible, but BDD still has to flash to get out of the way of Faker. Cuz gets into the pit and he steals it away. Faker's gonna go down as well as BDD is running around with 0 health and reckless abandon. Keen goes golden, Cuz is still healthy. Gumayusi's terrifying though, and they cannot underestimating aiming is still also free hitting. Gumayusi, how are you still up and alive as Zeus is just gonna be left to the wolves. T1, the bottom lane's not gonna be able to do it by themselves. They've got themselves a Baron in the Realm Warp. They're looking to try and secure a crash down for Cuz over the wall as Gumayusi. Can he actually make the great escape? The extender beam's going to slow down Cuz, but I think the speed up should be there. And Keen, he's going to end it. There it is. And the GA is going to go down. Carrier dies on his own terms, but it's still going to be the delayed ace. And KT, I think they've done it. I think they may have just queued up Silver Scrapes.
I think they may have. They're going to get the Cloud Soul here as well, and they've got Baron buff aiming.
Really difficult to kill because she has her ultimate, of course, both summoners available here. Faker.
Okay, there's the Pop Blossom. Featherstorm is going to be there to react, and Faker just dies. The crash down from Cuz now as they're looking for the fight, and Keeper's Verdict does absolutely nothing, and there's Lahens. He finds the backline, but Gumayusi's still alive. Gets the wild growth as well, and Zeus, oh my goodness, he basically pops like a balloon. And Lahens is going to be the one that takes down Gumayusi because of course he is. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's happened. I think we're going to have to queue up those Silver Scrapes because we are going to a game number 5. And KT, they come alive in game number 3. Some might say that it's a bit late, but it ain't too late. And they're going to win game 4 as well. These Nexus turrets not long for the world. Owner going to try as he might, but he's just going to provide some padding of the KDA. And here it is. KT take a second.
Really any limiting factors here. Keen gets the opportunity to pick the Renekton here in this final game. It was one of the picks that he was kind of a liability on last time these two teams met up. It hasn't been his best day on the pick, but they trusted him one final time here. This is going to be a sick game 5.
Game number 5 and see who's meeting Gen G tomorrow. This whole place was just vibrating as soon as that T1 call came out. KT's as well, almost equally.
And then, boom, up comes the very aggressive Nocturne. Is down here.
All right, that ain't a bad engage from Lahens. The exhaust does get cleansed by Gumayusi, who's just fighting this one out. The feathers are down. Aiming, still with ult running, wants to be able to fight this one out, but they're just going to straight up lose it. At least when it's taken on a ward right now. So eye poking poked momentarily as there's a Hex Flash over. Paranoia comes down. Poppy going to steal this one away as it's the flash forward. And Cuz is going to find it with the Keeper's Verdict, but the Pop Blossom's decent. Keen, a big crocodile. And Zeus, oh, the Dark Matter not enough to kill him. And Keen somehow limps away. KT area, not to mention the whole gang making their way over as this first Drake, or sorry, second Drake for T1 is going to be started. Cuz going to waltz on in. Let's see whether T1 are going to be able to lock this one down. Yeah, he's just going for the flash. And there it is. The cage comes down. The quickness is so good, but the Pop Blossom's going to be there. Massive damage as the Poppy is going to go down. Ona gets into the backline, gets the fear onto aiming. It's a double for Faker and one for Ona. And T1 clap back.
I mean, this is practically flipping the game on trying to hard engage on a Nocturne who's got a wild growth right next to him. And it's just a really easy turnaround here for
available on both sides. So this could erupt into a 5v5 at a moment's notice. Depends what Cuz wants to do here. Keeper's Verdict going to get channeled. Not going to find Carrier as the Paranoia comes in. That was close. Down to 2 health as now they're just trying to escape. Oh, the Pop Blossom doesn't get him because Lahens battle dances away, and now aiming's going to explode. Keen gets into the backline, but Faker's kept alive by Carrier. and no one's gonna die.
And a lot of cool...
And they're gonna start off this Drake. Zayas going to hang out towards his bottom side. They won't have Meganar available for the fight, but it may not stop them from just going for it anyway. Faker has the Pop Blossom up and available. Keen flashes over, looks for Ona as he pops the Paranoia. Quickness comes in, doesn't find the real Faker though, as now Zayas gets into the backline, and maybe a flanking Mininar is going to be enough. As now Pop Blossom flying forward, blinds just the air. As Faker is still in a safe position. The event horizon goes down, the Drake getting confused about who it wants to fight, and Zayas is still flanking. A real fight, not really popping off just yet, as Keen, behind this wall, has a massive amount of fury, wants to find Ona, and Ona wants to find him. The health bar is very low as now Cuz gets the smite. They're going to leave the Crocodile for this Nocturne, and BDD's going to go down as well. So T1 grab a couple of kills.
Delay a little bit, but 15 seconds. Looks like they've got enough time.
Yeah.
What about Cuz?
Yeah, Cuz could definitely be frustrating here as Kerry is going to flash the wall. He's going to get it. He steals it! In game 5, Cuz gets over the wall. They both die. Right, it's another 2 kills.
Is it actually going to end up being a huge swing here for KT? They don't have anybody topside here, whereas, again, the Snar is a threat inside. He's got a Snar bar ready for this.
Yeah, Lahan's caught on a flank here as well as KT teleport Keen in. There's a grand entrance. Keeper's Verdict comes down. And Cuz doesn't find anything with it. That is going to be the Drake secured here by T1. That's sole point. That Chemtech Drake, that healing and shielding, not going to be coming in here. But now T1 are looking for even more. Ona made things dark just before. So Paranoia, not something that KT has to deal with. And they do have a cage to block this approach. We'll be able to find an outer turret at least.
Great use of the terrain there in the zone denial that provide as we're not done.
Yeah, King gonna have to dash his way out. Event Horizon comes down again, breaks his stopwatch, is now Gumayushi getting flanked, but they're still gonna be able to do so much damage. He's taken down, and now Cuz is having to flash to get himself the heck out of there. Aiming doesn't press his R button, but T1 is still pressing forward, and they are gonna be able to take this outer turret. That is a 4 for T1, and this gold lead is starting to get ridiculous.
They could just go do Baron now, and Cuz has no ultimate. Keen is dead for 30 seconds. BDD does have teleport. He's just going to stick around in the area. They have to hope. He's got smite set up here with Flash. Maybe the double smite steal.
Yeah, Carrier looking for a ward as Hex Flash to try and get him in there. Pop Blossom gonna go awry once again. And there it is. The flash in comes forward. Can they secure the battle? Oh! What the hell? 2 in 1 game. Are you insane? They kill the Nocturne and they just take it with BDD. We're gonna have to press his summoner spells.
And they got the Wild Growth as well.
Lance and Wild Growth now gone. Flash and Feather Storm still available.
All right, teleport to come in from Keen, but this Drake is going down extraordinarily quickly. Paranoia comes through. That is going to be Chemtech Soul. As Cuz not really going to find anything. Gumayushi is just going nuts. And there's the quickness, but a 4-man Pop Blossom from Faker, and Cuz is going to go down still. Faker may follow, and Keen is kind of massive. He slices his way out of the fight, and aiming, he can't fight anymore either. BDD trying to Megacone his way out, and Keen dives into the backline. I don't know about that one. And KT, can you escape is the question, because that's what you're going to need to do. As BDD stays alive, okay, there's a flash forward, and aiming takes matters into his own hands. He's still got the GA. Zayas is going to be taken down for the triple. And it's aiming, the one that saves this game for KT. Oh, it's a pretty close instinct against this very team, as now Paranoia is going to come in. The Keeper's Verdict and a steal from Ona! Every single Baron has been stolen away! And this time, T1, they get away with everyone. Oh my god, this series, it is just ridiculous! 3 stolen! 3!
Faker on the flank.
All right, it's T1 that have started this. Keeper's Verdict goes completely wide. Faker, like you say, looking for that flank angle. They flash. They try to get in there. Zayas is going to flash out, though. And now the Pop Blossom gets in. Now the dive comes through, but aiming is still alive. Zayas is down incredibly low. This Elder as well is going to be taken by Cuz. What the heck? And now the Dragon's Wrath is wrought on T1. Plans will be taken down, and I cannot handle this series. Who even won that fight? Aiming's going to be able to walk away from it. and with Elder in tow, can they actually win the game?
I mean, they lost. I don't think they can end here straight up, but they are going to push mid here. And Guma is still alive. He's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage to try to defend. But if he dies, there's a real world where maybe KT just end this right now. He's got GA as well.
It's so hard to push down against the Zaya.
It's a flash ball. It is Gumayushi. He's going to go up into the sky. Cuz will be taken down, and Gumayushi is going to hold on.
This is insane. This is
We're
insane.
not done yet!
He's got the plant as well. He's going to heal up. There's no way aiming. He took too much damage from the turret. He still has Elder buff. He still has Elder buff for this fight.
Just aiming.
And he is the main one.
He's on his way.
He has his flash as well. As the cage comes in, Pop blossom down, not going to find aiming, but is it going to be enough? As the paranoia gets into the backline, aiming, going to be able to take down the Nocturne, and he has his GA. Zayas now finds the aiming is dead. T1, they may have done it as Cuz is trying to run for the hills. Speedity and Lehens know that there's no way to stop this Baron.
That might be it!
And Zayas, he stops aiming from getting away out of his GA. He's got flash. If he gets out there and does enough damage, maybe they can turn it, but he perfectly times the push into the wall. And aiming will die, and I think KT's chances of going to the finals have died with him. BDD's still alive here. He's got this death cap. He's got a ton of damage here. He's going to have a dream. I just don't think there's enough that he can do here. Aiming up at 25.
Yeah, the front door was open. They leave the Baron. There's a flash forward from Gumayushi. The cage is down. BDD avoids the feather storm, and it does not matter. Gumayushi grabs the double. The Nexus turret will be taken down, and T1 will deny the reverse sweep. And they'll meet Genji again tomorrow and qualify for the World Championship.
This team did not come into playoffs as a favorite. This team came in as